Hello! This is going to be a short one since I don't want my channel to become a wasteland. I will be making shorter videos, which I'm calling filler videos for now. They are meant to be a path between my longer videos since they take a lot of time to make, or longer than usual. They will mainly focus on topics that I want to talk about, but ones that aren't big enough to deserve like a 20-minute video. So this one is going to be about the water again. It's going to detail a criticism that I thought of literally as I was making the previous video, but I didn't want to add it because I didn't want that video to be any longer than it needed to be. I also did not know where to even put it in the previous one. Okay, the criticism is, how is the water even able to understand Spinning Top? When it comes to the echoes, it has been established in the base game that understanding an echo, or I guess just the ancient language in general, requires the mark of communication, granted by either an iterator or some sort of other being like the prince. And if you don't have the mark, then you should not be able to understand echoes, as is shown in the base game. The water is able to understand the echo and yet does not have the mark of communication, as shown by him literally gaining it in the true ending. Before the 1.5 update, it was natural to assume that the water was simply able to understand ancient language in some vague other way, similar to Saint. But as the 1.5 update proved, that's absolutely not the case. The way I found that out was when I was gathering footage for the world section of my water video, and I needed to listen to various lore pearls. And I read the ancient urban pearl. For context, this pearl is an audio pearl detailing an interview between an iterator and an ancient, two of which are speaking the exact same language. But the thing that caught my attention was that the water can't understand it. Which is definitely interesting because if the water is able to understand the ancient language, as I was led to believe by the Echo storyline, then he should be able to understand this shit, right? And the funny thing is that we are only able to understand it after gaining the mark of communication in the final ending. So can this guy understand the ancients or not? The water can't understand iterators and ancients but can understand echoes. Like, what type of bullshit is this? They're speaking the same language. If you want to tell me that they aren't, then, like, based on what? I'm having to make it up because it was never established, then still, how would the water just happen to know it? But okay, if the water can understand Spinning Top but can't iterators and just regular ancients, then one might argue that the water has like a connection to Spinning Top specifically. But then how is the water able to understand the echo on their very first encounter? Like, I'm assuming that before the water meets Spinning Top, he was just a regular slugcat, similar to Survivor. There is nothing to suggest that the water was in any way special before he met the echo. If anyone wants to argue that the echo gives the water the power of understanding it, then but then again, how is the water able to understand it on the first encounter? The echo literally specifies whenever it gets the water a gift. It's directly shown in the dialogue. And also, if the powers the water gets are the same ones Spinning Top has, then why would an echo grant the abilities of understanding an echo? Why would Spinning Top have or need the power of understanding Spinning Top? And also, if echoes just have the ability of making a slugcat understand them, then why was it never brought up before in any other campaign? You would think this would be pretty useful in Survivor or Monk when they meet the echoes, but I guess not. How does Spinning Top even have all these world-breaking powers to begin with? There is not a single explanation provided in the campaign. It's not mentioned once. But I hope to have illustrated that the water being able to understand Spinning Top but not the ancient urban pearl is idiotic and doesn't make sense at all. When it comes to the state of the channel, I can assure you that I'm fine. Right now I'm working on two long videos. One of them is a remake of one of my older videos, and the other is just another critique, similar to what I did with the water, but this time about some other thing. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see ya.